It's your life. You are not obligated to do anything for anybody. If you do not feel called to, you should not let people guilt trip you into doing things for them. Everyone does not need a savior. People need to learn how to save themselves. Hi guys, it's Nija. Welcome back to my channel. I help awakened women create their dream life through manifestation and mindset techniques. Today I am answering one of you guys' comments. I love reading your comments and I love answering your questions. So the commenter today writes, can you please talk about tips on how not to enable your family by giving them money and how to say no? I had no idea this came with grieving and feeling guilty, especially if you are blessed with more income and resources in our elevation journey. Okay, so essentially she's saying, like, how do we tell people no and not enable them or give them money when they ask just because they see you being successful in life or just because they know you have it, right? So this was my response. You don't owe them anything. You don't owe them anything. You do not owe anybody anything. And you guys, pause for the cause. You know I'm a double fire sign. So if I get passionate and start to scream, I am not angry, I promise you. But I am very passionate and we're gonna talk about this, okay? You do not owe these people anything, even if they are your family. Here's the thing. When you give to people, you want to be giving to them out of the kindness of your heart, out of the love in your heart. If you do not feel called to give them money or to give them time or to give someone resources, it's your life. You are not obligated to do anything for anybody, okay? If you don't feel called to do it, now this is the thing. Some people might have a lot of money, a lot of extra resources, and in their heart, they want to give it to their friends and family. They want to always pick up the tab when they go out to eat. They want to be the provider, right? They want to help in that way because they feel called to. If you do not feel called to, you should not let people guilt trip you into doing things for them. Ooh, this was not even on the page to talk about, but we're gonna talk about it. When you're seeing a guy or dating a guy and he tries to guilt trip you into having sex with him, guilt trip you into sleeping with him without a condom on, guilt trip you into doing X, Y, and Z, all kinds of shenanigans, and that's not what you want to do, you do not owe people anything. I was not even trying to go there, y'all. I wasn't trying to talk about these men today. I wasn't. But you do not owe people anything. So whether it's your family members asking you for money because you're on the come up and you got some money in your bank account, whether it's somebody asking you for a ride, you know, that friend who doesn't have a car or doesn't have a way to get somewhere and they're asking you for a ride, inconveniencing you and throwing you off your path for the day, you don't owe them anything. You direct them to the bus stop if that's what you would like to do. If it's on your heart to give them a ride, give them a ride. If it's not on your heart to give them a ride, you do not need to feel guilty. People are the creator of their reality. As much God force energy is in you, it's in them too, okay? You are not smarter than them. You're not better than them. You do not need to take care of people. They have the same ability, capability within themselves. However, if you feel called to help out, then help out. I remember, like, once upon a time, my sisters, on several occasions, right? Like, I love my sisters. I would do anything for them, right? And my sisters asked me for help with the rent. Okay, I can do that for you. Why? Because I love you and I got it and I want to. Now, it would be a different story if they were trying to guilt me into it. Like, I know you have it and, you know, I have kids and we're going to be sleeping on the side of the road if you don't help me, so you really need to help me. It was never a situation like that, right? Or like, once I tried to call my sister and her phone had been turned off because she wasn't able to pay her phone bill. I hunted her down. She was at the gym and I was like, hey, here's my card. You need to pay your phone bill. She took my card. She paid her phone bill and that was a wrap. She didn't ask me to do that for her, but I did it because I wanted to. So there's a difference between wanting to do something for people and then them trying to make you feel obligated to do it. You will be a kinder person when you stay in your integrity. Do not betray yourself to show up for other people, and that's not what you want to do. Like, if somebody can't pay their rent and you don't want to help them because you just you're like, I have my own things I need to worry about, it's not on your heart to help them, you do not need to feel obligated to help them, because they've got to learn their own lessons in life based on what's going on in their reality. It was not your fault that they couldn't pay their hospital bill. It's not your fault that they couldn't keep the roof over their head. It's not your fault that their car is about to get repossessed. If you feel it in your heart that you want to help them, then help them. But nobody can guilt you into doing something for them. If they furf their life up on their own, they got to deal with the consequences. But again, if you want to help them, then help them. So you don't owe that man a text back when somebody texts you and you're like, I don't really feel like texting right now. Or like your ex texts you and you're like, I know I'm already done with you, so I don't need to respond to you. I don't have anything to say to you. You don't owe that man a text back, okay? You don't have to pay your family's bills if you don't feel called to pay your family's bills. Don't have to sit on the phone and listen to your girlfriend bitch and moan and complain about whatever she's talking about in her life if you don't want to do it. You don't owe them anything. You don't owe anybody anything. You know who you owe? You owe it to yourself to create your dream life. That is it. That is all. If you have kids, you owe it to them to be the best parent you can be. That is it. That is all. Everything else is out of your control. So what do? If somebody calls me and I'm like in the middle of doing something and I don't have time to listen to them rant and complain and talk about complete nonsense, I tell my girlfriends, I'm like, babe, I was in the middle of doing something right now, so I need to finish that. I'll have to call you back later. Bloop. It's not a conversation. I was doing something. I cannot talk right now. You don't have to feel guilty to stay on the phone. Oh, am I a bad friend because I don't want to? No. Eventually, they'll stop calling you with bullshit because they know you're not going to hold space for their shenanigans. If your family's asking you for money to pay the bills or pay rent, or like there's something that they want to do unexpectedly and they can't afford to do it, you don't feel called to help them, what you say to them is, I actually don't have that unexpected expense in my budget right now, but here's what I would do if I was in your position. That's it. If they're gonna come to you for money and you don't want to give them money, give them your opinions instead. Opinions are free. Here's what I would do. They're like, oh, I need to pay my car note, but I don't have the money. Can I borrow $500? If you don't want to give it to them, you say, actually, that unexpected expense is not in my budget, but here's what I would do. Here's what I would do. If I were in your position, this is what I would do. Opinions are free. Give it to them. If you don't want to help out, if you have the heart to help out, then help out. No problem. But nobody can make you feel guilty for doing things that you don't want to do. If you becoming wildly successful, making a lot of money, and you don't feel called to help your narcissistic mother or your alcoholic father, if you don't feel called to help them, say, I'm not going to help you financially, but this is what I would do. Give them some education. Give them some advice. Teach them how you did what you did. Okay? Everyone does not need a savior. People need to learn how to save themselves. Sometimes it's on your heart to help out, and sometimes it's on your heart to allow them to figure their shit out. Not your monkey, not your circus, not your problem. I know you might be saying, oh, but they're my family. I have to help them. If you feel called to help them, then help them. If you helping them is going to make you feel like you betrayed yourself, you better grow some balls and tell them no. Because you only hurt yourself when you abandon yourself for other people. When you betray yourself for other people, you lose self-respect and self-trust. Your intuition, the bar is in hell. You just can't trust yourself anymore. So don't betray yourself for other people, okay? If somebody texts you and you really don't want to respond, don't betray yourself and respond. Heart the message and move on. Or thumbs up the message and move on. It doesn't need to be a conversation. If you don't feel called to respond, then don't respond. You don't owe anything to anybody. You owe it to yourself to create your dream life. That's it. That's all. Nobody can make you feel guilty. If you have it on your heart to help, then you help. If you don't have it on your heart to help, then don't help. If somebody tries to make you feel bad for not helping, you make them feel bad right back. You make them feel bad right back by saying, oh no, you see, like if I did give you this money, that's gonna take away from this business expense and I needed to do this, and you know I still need to cover my property. I just bought this new car, gotta pay for that as well. You know, I got a lot going on right now. I need to put that money in investment so I can make even more money. This is an unexpected expense for me. I don't know if I can help you with that. But I can help you to get a little more organized for next month. How much do you want to bet that they will find another way to get their need met? If it was life or death, they would find a way. Yeah? Your girlfriend who you're wasting hours on the phone letting them complain in your ear, I bet you if you hang up on them, they'll just call somebody else and complain to them. They don't need you to be there to talk your ear off. They don't need you. If you make yourself unavailable, they'll just call the next person. It's no problem. That guy, he doesn't need you to respond back to his text. If you don't respond, he'll just text the next girl. It's no problem. Okay? People get in where they fit in, and it's fine. Okay, you don't want to give your family the money to do X, Y, and Z. No problem. They'll find another way. And if they don't, God is teaching them a lesson. It's still their life to live. They're still the creator of their reality. It's all good. It is all good. Nobody can make you feel guilty. You're creating your dream life. You don't owe anybody anything. Especially that guy who wants to guilt trip you into sleeping with you, and that's not what you want to do. You don't owe that man anything. You need to run away from him because he is a manipulator. Okay? Run. Run. That is all I want to say. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for coming to my channel. Thank you so much for asking your questions in the comments. I thoroughly enjoy them, and I love to provide insight if I can. All right? I love you guys. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.